And I think if I saw a grizzly bear, I would die. Like I would just see them and die. And the bear would walk by and be like, well, what's wrong with that girl? Hi guys, my name is Shayla and I make these videos every Wednesday. This Wednesday, I'm coming to you from the van that I'm living in. If this is your first time here, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 200 likes on this video. It's a personal goal of mine, so let's see if we can make it happen. This week, I want to tell you kind of a story and see if you can relate to it, see if I'm a crazy person or if I'm normal. Kind of about relationships, right? So when you first start talking to someone on Tinder or Bumble or whatever you use in the elevator, whatever you use to find somebody, you go on a first couple of dates and you start to learn each other's hobbies, right? I love boating or I love hiking or I'm a foodie or whatever. And most of the time, if you're kind of interested in it, or you're open to being interested in it, you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, that sounds so cool. I'm totally into it. Like, I'm not a foodie. So if somebody told me they were a foodie and they love eating out, and I'd be like, okay, not my jam. Kind of eat just to fuel, and I prefer nutrition over taste. But if you want to take me on a date to a really nice place and get some good food, I'll appreciate it. So for this example, because it's extremely relevant, we're gonna use hiking. So when Seth and I first started dating, he was like, I love hiking. And I was like, me too, I like being outside. In fact, I hiked Machu Picchu for like 5 days. And I worked on the Appalachian Trail in New Hampshire, where it's like 2,000 miles of hiking. And I went on like 2 hikes. And I worked in Alaska for the summer, really good hiking there. I love hiking. He's like, yeah, it's kind of a make or break. Like, I really enjoy it. And I was like, yeah, no, I totally love it. You're trying to get them to like you. And I mean, I'm interested in it. So I was like, yeah, of course. But like, I didn't even know what hiking was until college. In Minnesota and my family, we just weren't hikers. So in college, we go to Arizona to visit her home. She's like, let's go for a hike. So we're just gonna like walk around at an incline to find a view. Like I truly did not get it. So we ended up going on some hikes. We went to Wisconsin to find these waterfalls and we're hiking around. It's very safe. You're on the trail. There's no problem. The other thing I didn't mention is that I'm terrified, irrationally terrified of seeing a bear. I don't know why. I don't know. Like when I worked in Alaska, the girls would come back with pictures of grizzly bears and stories of how they got false charged and these bears are just like running at them and just stopping. And I think if I saw a grizzly bear, I would die. Like I would just see them and die. And the bear would walk by and be like, well, what's wrong with that girl? And I've heard stories of a guy walking down the trail and mama bear and cubs coming towards him. What do you do when mama bear and cubs are walking towards you? So he kind of like backpedaled a little bit and then the cubs wanted to play with them. I don't know where this fear is coming from, but it's a serious, genuine fear. Even on the trails in Wisconsin, it's a legitimate sidewalk. And then he's like, let's go around, let's just cut through here and let's kind of get lost. And it's starting to get dark and there's nothing around us and there's no people anymore. And I see no sidewalks. And externally, I'm like, yeah, are we lost or do you know where we are? Internally, I'm like listening to every snap, crackle, and pop, thinking that it's a bear coming to get me. And people tell me there's no reason to worry about bears. Like, they'll run away from you, don't worry. You just gotta keep talking and use bells or whatever. So I can talk. So I'm talking the whole time and I'm singing and I'm playing music, but I'm afraid that I'm not gonna hear anything if I'm playing music. And Seth was in the army, so I asked him to do cadences. So he's like, it's all right, it's okay. And he's doing it very military. It's all right, it's okay. I've seen better days. I've seen better days. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Like I'm just rocking it. And it helps me to like forget about the bears. It helps to scare away the bears. I'm showing Seth my amazing singing skills. It's like a win-win-win. So there's a point in a relationship where you kind of start to be mean. There's like a mean phase where in the beginning you're like, it's fine you didn't call me on Friday night. It's totally fine. I didn't go out at all, but I'm not going to be mad about it. Once you hit a couple months in, you can kind of get to the phase where you're like, no, I don't want to do that. Start saying things like, I don't like hiking, but it's not that I don't like hiking. Well, that happened in Yosemite. We were in Yosemite and he kind of knew about my bear fear. We're in Yosemite and he's like, wow, we're in Yosemite. Let's go hiking. And I'm like, this is bear country. And I didn't have my bear spray that I just bought. This bear spray called Bear Attack Deterrent was $50. And if you know me, you know I'm a frugal one. So $50 for something that is like insurance felt good. It was peace of mind. I was like, this is really expensive, but I'm buying this because it's got a belt loop from a belt and I'm gonna have to practice with this thing. My sister says spray away from the wind. So we're in Yosemite and we didn't go on a hike, mostly because we didn't have time. Then he comes to drive me from San Francisco to Portland and he's like, we're in the Pacific Northwest, let's go on a hike. And at this point I did have my bear spray. So I was like, okay, let's find a hike. So the poor guy, he looks for a hike and he puts it in his maps and he's like seeing all these pictures and he's really excited. We like arrive and it's flat. We're like, where are the waterfalls gonna be? And we're an hour away from needs to be, in the sun setting, and he's really upset. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna find one. So we asked the bartender at Deschutes Brewery, and we're like, where should we go? We find this witch's castle, and it's this old cool building with moss growing on it. It's a short little hike that we can do in the morning. We can wake up early, and then he can fly out. It used to be a public restroom apparently. So we're gonna go on this hike, and we're hiking and we're hiking, and we're like, okay, I'm not finding it. Are we on the right trail? What's happening? I don't know. I led us in the wrong direction. We parked here. We went up this way. We were supposed to go down this way. So I messed it up. So he's like, it's okay, it's all right, it's fine. The hiking gods just are not on our side this weekend. They're not on your side. Like, the hiking gods are definitely on my side this weekend. The hike that we went on to get to the public restroom was like, there were dogs, there were people, it was very fearless. It was a nice hike. It was nice to be outside. And anytime anyone says that they go on hikes, I'm always like, have you met a bear? They're like, yeah, we see bears. They just run away. It's no big deal. Just no big deal. I think I just need to meet a couple bears for this to like go away. So I guess what I want to know is, first of all, do you go through this like agreeable, I want you to like me, that sounds like so much fun? I do that a lot because I like all the things. There's usually not anything that I don't want to try. I like to dabble in everything a little bit, but I don't like to do a lot of it. Does that make sense? I want to try everything once, but I don't necessarily want to go backcountry hiking, but I will as a compromise. I don't know. And then is there a point where you hit like the mean phase where it's like, okay, everything's been going really good, it's non-confrontational, we're trying to like get to know each other a little bit, and then you start being like, no, I actually don't like that. I don't want that. People have done that to me. They're like, I like to travel, I like to go do all the things, I like to be adventurous, I like to do things all the time. And a couple months in, they're like, I just want to watch a movie. Can we just have a movie night? And I'm like, ugh, I guess. The other thing I want to know is if you have a bear story. You have met a bear, I want to hear about it. If it's a bad story, do not tell me. If you write a bad story, I'm going to assume it's a lie. I'm going to assume you're just joking with me. So if you have a good bear story, or you've seen lots of bears just hiking around, it's no big deal. People have told me that mountain lions are what I want to worry about. I'm not even going to go there. I need to just focus on the bears. I don't need to worry about something stalking me. It's also terrifying. I don't know. Just tell me that it's fine and that I shouldn't even be scared about the bears. I want to know I'm not alone here, okay? So leave it in the comments so I can read what you have to say and write back. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, I'm trying to get to 200. Please subscribe and please comment below with any encouraging words to make me feel better. Thank you guys. Have a good week. Mwah.